Welcome to HortTube. My name is Jim Putnam, and in this video I'm going to be covering shade plants from the Southern Living Plant Collection. I'm trying to do more of these videos where I cover more pieces in a single video rather than just one piece at the time. And I'm down here at Flowerwood Nursery in Southern Alabama. They have a lot of the Southern Living Plant Collection pieces and Encore azaleas as well, some of the things that you've seen me cover. And so I was able to gather up some, but not all of the shade plants from the collection, and I thought I'd go through them quickly. There's only one camellia over here because I'm actually shooting a separate camellia video for some, but not all of the camellias that are in the Southern Living Plant Collection, as well as a separate video. But I'm going to grab the camera and come over here and just walk through these real quick. I'll put the name of the plant on the screen and the zones in which it will grow in. So this is this October Magic Rose camellia sasanqua here. This is a fall blooming camellia. I love the new growth on this thing too. Has that kind of burgundy hue to it, and then again it blooms in the fall. These will get some size on them over time. They're, you know, they can get probably 10 feet tall if you let them, but easily manageable around 6 feet or so. But I love that they're blooming when kind of nothing else is. Again, there's several more here that I'm covering in a separate video that get different shapes and sizes and flower colors on them. This is Florida Sunshine ILLICIUM. This is a gold version of our native ILLICIUM. I've covered this one at my house a couple different times, actually, from the first time when I planted it and a little 2-minute video just updating it. But what a beautiful showy plant and brighten any kind of shade space that you want to put that one in. This is Big Daddy hydrangeas. This one gets very large flower clusters on it. You can see even the leaves. I really like the foliage on this one. Every single time I see this plant, there's a lizard right there. So many times I almost put my hands on some creature while I'm doing this, but that's kind of funny. He just kind of poked his head out and said, "Hey, I'm here." But this is a Big Daddy hydrangea. Gets very large flower clusters. And then the other one that they have, one of the others that they have in the collection is this Dear Dolores. This is a remontant variety that blooms multiple times. And here we are in October, and it still has color on it. I just did a nursery walk around video that you might see, and I found a big giant group of maybe 500 of these, and a good portion of them still had flowers on them in October. This is Burning Love LEUCOTHOE right here. This one probably part shade is probably best on it. They've got full sun or part shade on the label, but I tend to think that part shade is really best for these. This variety, some morning sun or some late day sun will be beneficial on it, but it gets burgundy new foliage all season long. This is a really, really pretty plant. When it's growing in the spring, it's just absolutely covered in that foliage. Here, I'll let you see it on the tag right there. This is a Mountain Snow Pieris here. This one is I don't know why it's trying to bloom here in October down here on the Gulf Coast, because this season's kind of been relentless this year, but typically they bloom in March. They're very early blooming, spring blooming flowering shrubs, and they get those nice little clusters of white flowers that hang down off of them. And then the new foliage on this one's kind of a burgundy as well. Nice, really nice looking plant, and it was bred for, this one was selected for heat tolerance for the south, which is nice. This is Marvel Mahonia. I've pretty thoroughly covered this one as well. I had 3 at the house in Clayton, and it gets a big giant cluster of yellow fragrant flowers that are great for the pollinators. I'll show you the tag on that. Again, this one will get about 6 feet tall, but it's kind of upright and narrow. Good for a dark corner in your yard. This is Soft Caress Mahonia, one of my favorite plants, really soft to the touch. You know, Marvel, even Marvel's not bad though. It only has that single point on the end, much better than Mahonia Beelii. Marvel, Soft Caress also is a flowering shrub. The flowers aren't quite as impressive on it, but just it does bloom when nothing else is blooming, and they're great for the pollinators, but it really would just not need to bloom. I mean, this is just perfect little dwarf plant. You could keep this one between 2 and 3 feet in height and about as wide as you want to let it get. This is a MOJO dwarf Pittosporum, which I've covered on the channel. I've actually shot a 2-minute video while I'm down here on this one. I don't know when it'll go up, but a great little plant. You know, you can keep this one around 3 feet in height, about 4 feet in width. A nice bright plant for a shady foundation spot. Just mound it up a little bit when you plant it. It doesn't like wet feet. It does get fragrant flowers on it. This is a YEWTOPIA plum yew, which I've also covered pretty thoroughly on the channel. This is a yew that'll get about 3 to 4 feet in height, and these are going to be, it's a cephalotaxis, or false yew, I guess some people call it, but these are deer resistant, insect and disease resistant. Form a nice little 3 to 4 foot border. You can use them on a foundation, but I used them at the house up in Clayton as what I was creating was just a little border out of them, you know, that'll be about 3 or 4 feet tall. The other varieties of these either get gigantic or stay kind of close to the ground. The last thing I'll cover here is these CAREX, these EVERCOLORO CAREX that they have, and I think there's, I don't know how many varieties there are, 5 or 6 of these, and this is a Everillo here, but these are great shade evergreen grasses. They look like this year-round. They're just super, super showy, very, very drought tolerant. Kind of hard to go wrong with these, with any combination of these other pieces, you know, just, you know, using these as a border around any of those pieces. And these are clumping grasses. They don't get out of control like some other, you know, like something like Liriope spicata or something like that would. They just stay in little clumps that you can dig out later if they get bigger than you want, and divide them if you need to do that. So there's, I think, 11 different pieces I found this morning. So there you go. There's some of the things that will grow in the shade from the Southern Living Plant Collection, and these were great looking pieces, so I thought it'd be an interesting video to pull them all together in one. Again, thank you very much for watching my videos, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for upcoming content.